I am sitting here right in the middle of the yard, right in the middle of the barn area. A lot of dampness right now. Obviously, it's +2. The sun went away just as we finished our training set. If the sun had stayed away all morning, we would have been fine. But the sun came out, and as soon as it hit the track at 0+1, swamp time. Now, it was still hard underneath, so it wasn't like it was 3 weeks ago. Not the end of the world. Teresa, fantastic. She put this up in the burn. When I'm trying to do my videos, this is the phone that I'm videoing on. So unless I write down all the sets, I have to go back on my phone and write down all the sets, or have something like this. Arts and Crafts, A+ for Teresa. We had 8 sets today. Now, we had a lot of horses that went well. We had some horses that were poor, but I wrote down 6 horses I thought were poor today. All 6 of these horses are very good horses and have been amongst the top at least 15 or so of our horses for the last little while. So they're in good company anyway. Some of the horses that were poor that have been struggling a bit. Rose Run Wanda continued her bid for ultimate mediocrity. Who else? Not that many. Warwee was up, made a little break today. Not a big deal. He's been good this week. He was number 8 on the list the other day. Not that many poor performances. As I said, some of the sets horses made breaks that are trying to get their act together. They're trying hard. Fat Cobra made a couple of breaks today. Round Midnight still won 1.30 something today. Mario said he was running in, but he was okay. Good for him. The problem I have is I put Round Midnight in the sale, but I forgot he's got a scar on his right hind leg. I wouldn't get $1 for Around Midnight at the sale, so I think we're going to have to bite down on our mouth guard, as they say, and push forward with Around Midnight. Just looking quick at the list here. As I said, there weren't a lot of horses that were upsetting. Fox Valley Britska made a break, but James had said he needed a line pull and a Murphy blind. He said that the other day, and I think because he won his set, because he went good, they did not make those adjustments. And I think afterwards he wish he had of. Tanzanite Tricks was good. Tipsy and Dixie was good. I'm Hill on Wheels was not good today, but he was good yesterday. So one of two things. I could easily say, it was just that he did a lot of hard work, but I don't think that was it. We tried a number of different things on I'm Hill on Wheels yesterday, just trying to get him comfortable. I liked the way we had him set up the last time. Now, it wasn't like I was out training him. We went a quarter of a mile. He felt good. What we settled on, we had taken all the head pull and stuff off him. Now, when he went on the track today, Deb, who's fantastic caretaker, because we had made so many adjustments and changes to him yesterday, she got mixed up. She put a head pull on him. I said, he'll be all right. But I think that's why he made those breaks in the turns. Yesterday, he just pushed through. Today, you could see he got a little uncomfortable. And I think what it was he went to run in a little bit, which, not a big deal. He had the hobbles on. He'd catch himself. But he touched that head pull, and he got angry and made a break. So I'll give him a pass because I was very interested and impressed with what I saw yesterday from him. Ultimately, yeah, we had a couple of breakers. Jazzy Judy, I'm really just killing time until we can get some nice weather to turn her out. I'll probably put the hobbles on her and she'll be fine. Made a couple little breaks today. Let's Roll On was going for 3 in a row, 3 clean lines in a row, and made a break today. But again, track was starting to let go, and he's a big colt. He was a little bit weak this week, but he's got it now. James actually used Bomb Proof as his explanation for for Let's Roll On the other day when I had listed Steve on the horse. James said, no problem, he's bomb proof. Fake news, not bomb proof. But even Steve said he just knuckled over and lost him. Not a big deal. Ultimately, they went good. We'll start with the sick ones. We had 11 scratches. 11 scratches, and we'll roll through why. Barbie's Crown, this week when I got home, she had a little infection in her left hind leg, and it blew up. So we put her on antibiotics, and everything came down, but we had a curb crowd there about 3-4 weeks ago, and there was still some heat in that curb area. Not a big deal, but I looked at it overall and I said, does Barbie need to go today? She's been training good. There is heat in that curb. And ultimately, I thought because she had a tough week, she was a little bit thin, right? And not skinny, but not on the top of her game. And she needs to be, and I want her to be that way. So rather than going out and asking her to do something she wasn't going to be super comfortable doing, I talked to my partner, Steve Palermo, and we'll talk about Steve in a minute. I said, you know what? I'm just going to turn her out for a few weeks. I want to put some weight on her, so I'm going to take her over to the farm we use close by here to turn out and just say, listen, I want you to put 200 pounds on her. So that might take, or 100 anyway, 100 and some. She's a good eater. I want her heavy when you bring her back in. I want to give her 2-3 weeks off. There's nothing wrong with that. Barbie's Crown wants to do it. She understands it. She's fast. Not a big deal at all. Brilliant Corners was just had an OCD taken out. Him and Captain's Maid, the next one on the list, both just a little too early to start back. They'll start back next week. They've been jogging, but no training for them. Carry a Big Stick, his knees and hocks. We had 3 Indiana horses this year where their knees and hocks were bothering them a little bit, and we just had to back off. You had seen that with Fox Valley Britska. He was good this week. Now today he made a little break, but just a few little equipment changes with Britska and he'll be fine. Carry a Big Stick, same thing. Knees and hocks were bothering him. Just back off for 3 weeks. Oh, excuse me. Back off for a few weeks and give the horse some time. Cut the Line, same thing. We brought her over floor sculptor. Nothing major, but her knees were a little reactive. So, again, back off a little bit with her. She's been doing everything right. I'm certainly not concerned there. Darling Please, we trained her on Tuesday, and she had a lot of shit pouring out of her nose after the training set. Had a little temperature the next day, so we opted to give her the week off. A lot of people don't know Darling Please yet. This is a merchandiser filly that trained well here last week. You guys haven't got a real good look at her. It's going to take some time. Going to give her a little time off. You'll probably see her on the next drone set. GW Chrome, same thing as Carry a Big Stick. Just a little time for Cromer. Not a big deal. All these horses are not lame. There's no issues. But as I said, when the horses start to speak, you need to listen. And these 3 horses in particular, Carry a Big Stick, Cut the Line, GW Chrome, all said, relax. And we are. Italian Grit was just castrated the other day. No big deal there. He just needed a little attitude change for him, which is fine. Jesse Balboa, his epiglottis a little... he was entrapped the other day. So this isn't like Forge and Fire before you guys get concerned. And I was at the start, and the vet explained it's 2 different areas of the throat. He might have a little operation to have that palate trimmed up. So for now, I've just been going easy. I'll train him a couple of times next week, keep him quiet by himself. But in a group setting, he might get a little agitated. He's more apt to flip his palate. If he does that, he could cause an ulcer, which would be, again, this is nothing like Forge and Fire, different thing, but Jesse's going to be on his own for the next couple of weeks. No Free Lunch was just castrated, and he trained great on Tuesday, but we already had the vet here. Virtually, he was pulling in when we come off the track. And No Free Lunch was castrated. Sierra's Blue Chip was castrated 10 days ago. Still a little filling in his scrotum area, so we didn't go with him. That's the 11 scratches for today. Now, moving on, I'll start with the ones that weren't good. All right, we have a list of 6 horses. There was some, Fox Valley Britska made a break. Let's roll on. Those things don't concern me. These are 6 horses I expect more of, and we're poor today. First one was, let's see if we can put them in alphabetical order quickly. I'm Hill on Wheels. We talked about why I think he made the break. Head pole has to come off that inside. Other than that, I found him great yesterday. He obviously was not great in the turns today. I'm Hill on Wheels was poor today. I'm a Lovely Lady beat everybody. Beat our best trotters on Tuesday. Came out and made a break today. I haven't gone with her in a very long time, so I think it's about time maybe I go with her, see what we're looking at there. Lincoln Hanover made a break today. I'm not sure why. I didn't get to catch up with Mario right after to ask him what his take was on Lincoln Hanover. But again, made a break. He made it onto the poor list. And the next 3 horses are horses I think quite highly of. That's My Girl, who won her training set on Tuesday in the snow, struggled today on a harder track before the muddy stuff came. So is that her feet? Is that her interfering? If it isn't interfering, if it is her interfering, is it her feet? Or is there other issues going on there? I'm going to say it's mostly growth. I don't see any soreness issues. I don't see any discomfort. She ran in the exact same spot in 3 laps. So I think it's just her interfering a little bit. No concerns for me for That's My Girl yet. Stacy Hanover looked horrible today. Now it's great. So Steve Palermo, he's a good friend of ours and mine, and owns some horses with us, and he owns a large chunk of Stacy Hanover. I've touted Stacy Hanover, and I keep telling Steve and other people how good she looks, but the only day she won a drone set, and Steve, you're wrong, she won the last drone set here on that horrible track that day. It was snowy and then muddy. She won her set that day. But Tuesday, Amy went with her and said she was good. She made a little break at the wire. No big deal. She was trotting great otherwise. Trotted a really good last half. Then the blacksmith came in on Wednesday and shot her. So he chopped all the toes off her. I didn't think anything of it. She was just getting shot. Every 4 weeks, they get new shoes on and they get their feet trimmed. And she must be a very sensitive filly in her feet, because first time she ran, I thought maybe it was Amy's fault, but I didn't think so. I didn't see her do anything wrong. And then she ran again and again and again. And Amy was pretty frustrated because she blames herself, but it wasn't her fault. You could see the filly just couldn't put 10 strides together properly. And seeing that it was 72 hours ago, how good she looked, and nothing's really changed since then, I'm pretty sure I know what it was. And Steve, and I'm trying to explain this to Steve Palermo, and he hit me with the best line. I couldn't figure it out. I almost wanted to Google it. He said, I'm from Missouri on this one. And I couldn't understand what the hell he was talking about. I couldn't get it, and it was frustrating me. So I said, okay, I give up. Missouri, question mark. He said, yeah, Missouri. The state slogan for Missouri is the show me state. So I keep telling him Stacy Hanover's looks good and is a nice filly, but I got the Missouri call. So whatever. You go live in Missouri. Stacy Hanover had an off day. And she'll have, this probably won't be her last off day, but it'll be the last day for a while that I don't go with her. And that's nothing against what Amy did. Nobody, Stanley Dancer, I could have dug him up and put him on Stacy Hanover, and she was going to look the exact same today. There was nothing anybody could do. It's just a bad day for her. And Won My Heart Hanover right after her. Horrible day today. She had a little cut in her heel, a heel scratch. So I pulled up and took the bell boots off her. And she usually wears 2 pairs of bell boots. Took them off her today. She just wasn't trotting well. She was very uncomfortable in the turns. No issues. I think the last break she made was just out of sheer ignorance and anger. And whatever. It happened. So we had 6 poor horses. We had 11 on the sick list. 6 poor ones. I'm Hill on Wheels. I'm a Lovely Lady. Lincoln Hanover. Stacy Hanover. That's my girl. Won My Heart Hanover. Bad day for them, but a great day for 10 other ones. Now, I had the list. Usually it's a long list, but it was pretty precise today. We had a good day, but we had a real good look at some good ones, some bad ones. Our top 10 list only got whittled down from 14. 14 horses caught my eye today. I'll tell you the 4 that didn't make that top 10 list. They are Adrenaline Rush, raced, trained well, flying on the end of it, looked good again. Adrenaline Rush didn't make the list, so War We Welcome finished 3rd. I put the top 2 horses on the list. I can't put them all on there. And War We Welcome was good today, but she was 3rd today. Miss Meringue was 2nd today and made a break after the wire, but looked very good. James thought maybe the hobbles needed to be just a hole tighter and a head pull on the inside. Miss Meringue looked great otherwise. And then Can't Deny My Spirit. Somebody had said to me he was flying on the end of it. That was Miss Meringue. Can't Deny My Spirit was 5th in the middle. He was charging on the end of the mile, but a beaten 5th. He did look good. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but I certainly can't put him on the top 10 list. Let's go right to the top 10 list for today, the training day. You know what, I might grade it. No, I'm not going to grade everybody, but I'm not going to go through every horse that trained today. I'm just going to give you the top 10 list. It is Saturday. Tomorrow it's going to rain. I can go through all the babies tomorrow, but I am going to give you a top 10 list for today. Number 10, Walk on the Moon. Very valiant, very strong effort. He got tackled late by Eternity Road, but did a lot of the heavy lifting throughout the training mile, and Walk on the Moon looked very, very good today. Set the Mood was a set winner. Made a couple little breaks, but you could tell he's trying his hardest to put it all together, and I have a lot of respect for horses that do that. Set the Mood looked very good today. Where are you at, number 8? Number 8, Well and Down. She should be a little higher than number 8. This filly put it all together today and gave Beef and Cheddar all he wanted, and she did it the hard way. Did everything right, didn't act up, paced well. This is going to be a nice filly, I think. Well and Down looked fantastic today. Number 7, Tipsy and Dixie, did everything great. She did her work right today, finished it off, won the set easily, and looked fantastic. Very happy with her. Right next to her is her sister from another mare. Can't Muscle Me looked very, very good also. Really impressed with both of these muscle mass fillies. They did a very good job today, but I was happy with how comfortable they felt. Not that they did their work, they did it fast, they did it whatever. They were comfortable in the mile. Very impressed with both of these fillies. Number 5, Beef and Cheddar. This is how good the top 5 is. Beef and Cheddar, who won his set, looked good. And as I said to Mario when we started, I said, I think this is the best horse we have right now on the pace. Could be wrong. There's a lot of horses coming on. A lot of horses got some speed. This guy just does it and gets it done. I love what he does. Beef and Cheddar was very, very good today. Again, number 4, Royal Tyrone. I guess he really shouldn't be ahead of Beef and Cheddar. Consistency has to get you some points. I'm going to flip them. Royal Tyrone was number 5. Royal Tyrone did everything right. Didn't do everything right. Made a little break when he got bottled up here in the first turn. Came flying on the end of the mile and was very good afterwards. So Royal Tyrone, the big Ontario bred trotting colt, was very, very good today. That leaves number 4 for my boy, Beef and Cheddar. Number 3, Eternity Road, come back swinging. And truthfully speaking, 1 and 2 have not been as consistent as not. Yeah, one of them has. But Eternity Road just looked great today. Just looks great all the time. He could easily be number 1. Number 1, 2, and 3, you could switch around however you want. All 3 of these horses were out of this world good today. Number 2 I had was Holy Chick. Holy Chick, I've told you guys, keep your eye on her. She showed up again today, how good, how tough, and resilient she is. Just a really, really nice filly. Really impressed with her, Holy Chick. And a horse that won his set on Tuesday, come right back and won today. Didn't just win, won convincingly, but understood what his job was. Never let up, finished up strong, put them away, drove away, and kept going until the second I tapped the brakes well past the draw gate over here. And that was Surreal Love. Surreal Love is not bred to be a great horse. He doesn't look like a fantastic horse. He just looks like a nice horse. But on the track, he's got some kind of slick gait, doesn't he? Got a great gait, great attitude. He's not 100%. Starts out over on the left shaft a little bit. He'll ride on a line sometimes. So he's not perfect. He's got that gait that he hits the ground hard up front. So probably should have a set of flip-flops or some sort of pads on him. For the winter, we'll probably get to that. Pretty hard to change him after today. If he shows consistency in his miles, where he does the same things at the same times, then I'm not too concerned. But if he starts getting on a line a little more, getting over on a shaft a little more, then we may have to look at protecting him a little bit as far as his footwear is concerned. But for right now, Surreal Love was fantastic. You'd have told me Surreal Love was number 1 5 weeks ago, I would have been shocked. So Surreal Love, just to put it out there, and I didn't do this fair ball here, 2 of our most inexpensive horses are sitting at number 1 and 2 on January 24th, 2020. Holy Chick and Surreal Love. That is really hard to believe. But lots of training still to go. Long year ahead of us. And as Steve Palermo says, I'm on Missouri with this one. Want to be from the Show Me State? Well, you saw today, those 10 horses right there deserve to be on the top 10 list. Number 1 deserves to be there. Number 2, 3. Just those 3 look fantastic. And then the next 7 were all very, very good today also. So actually a very good training day today. A little disappointing. You know, you guys know how much I like One My Heart Hanover. She was poor. Stacey Hanover's poor. That's my girl were poor. 3 of my favorite girls right there were all poor today. Lincoln Hanover, I'm a Lovely Lady, and I'm Hill on Wheels. Got some work to do there, but you know what? The work we've been putting in has paid off also. I've been working hard with Surreal Love. He looks fantastic. Very impressed with him. I've never gone with Holy Chick for a very, very long time, if ever. Maybe day 1. So I'm not going to take any of the accolades there. And the same as James's horse, Eternity Road. 2 horses I rarely go with. And they've been very, very good. Just impressed with the stable as a whole. Today was a good day for training overall and a great day for these 10 horses. So thank you, everybody that tuned in. All the comments, especially Steve's, all the comments, all the emails and messages. It's great. We'll hopefully be back in 10 days. I know we had a couple of questions again about the 3-year-old sets. We're trying to get them done. I would like to get them done middle of the week next week. Have everybody go out and train. Probably got to have 20 horses that can go under a drone. We'll see. I'll try and put that together for you guys this weekend. So anyway, that's it for me. I'll send this video out tonight. We have 4 racing today. It's supposed to be a really nasty day at the racetracks. So we'll see how it goes. I'll talk to you guys soon.